Mahadeva, you are doing your Sandhya Nritya in my life. Just show me you are doing the Sandhya Nritya. That's enough. He will simply manifest auspiciousness in you. Listen. He just wants you to know he is doing Sandhya Tandava in your life. If you recognize it, you will say, all right, come on. Now, it is time. Let's start the creation. Let the new yuga start. Let the new universe manifest. Let the new life manifest. If you want new life to manifest in you, connect with Sandhya Tandava Murti. Nritta means Tandava. Sandhya Nritta Murti. Tandava goes through certain discipline. Nritta is beyond all discipline. So, if you feel things are falling apart in your life, connect with Sandhya Nritta Murti. Mahadeva, Paramashiva, I know you are doing Sandhya Nritta in me. Just reveal that you are doing Sandhya Nritta, so I'll be in peace. That's all. You will feel very shy. This fellow caught me. Now he knows my Leela. Okay, come on, all right. I'll create the new life for you. I'll manifest new life for you. Delusion will delude you as long as you have not recognized the delusion is deluding you. The moment you recognize delusion is deluding you, it can no more delude you. Delusion cannot delude you. The moment you recognize delusion is deluding you. Actually, even this Sandhya Nritta Murti we have in Seattle Temple. Seattle Temple, we have not only the huge Nataraja, Ananda Nataraja, we have some more dancing forms of Shiva. I think we have done that 108 dancing forms of Shiva and sent to different temples few deities, few forms. So Seattle has Ananda Tandava, as in Chidambaram, and Sandhya Nritta Murti, and even Los Angeles has few more Tandavas of Paramashiva's forms. So connect with this superconscious mutation, Sandhya Nritta Murti. You will realize nothing is falling apart, everything is falling in place. If you know Paramashiva, you will know everything falls in place. If you don't know Paramashiva, you may be deluded thinking everything is falling apart. Listen intensely. Principle of manifestation getting manifested. Principle of maintenance getting manifested. Principle of rejuvenation getting manifested. Principle of pulling out of delusion getting manifested. Principle of liberation getting manifested. So, creation of the universe is one level. Principle of creation getting created. Creation energy getting created. So, the permutation combination of all these 5 into 5 is 25. All the 25 happening in you now. Listen. If you meditate on this, you will understand. Some people manifesting in your life is creation. Some people leaving your life is rejuvenation. Some people getting back to your life is pulling out of delusion. Some people are adding bliss, joy to you, and you adding bliss and joy to them is liberation. All this, understand, whether it is people, places, object, health, anything you experience, it is all just the 25 principles manifesting, happening in you. If you are fighting with that happening, you are Jiva. If you are master of that happening, you are Shiva. If you sit now and complete with all these 25 happenings in your life, internally, externally, some good things getting created. Some things which you think as good getting destroyed, rejuvenated. Some things getting pulled out of delusion. Some things getting liberated. Listen carefully. Everything happening in you is auspicious. If you understand that, you are Shiva. Inside you, outside you, everything happening is auspicious. I tell you, once you are initiated, Once you are my disciple, listen very clearly. Even if you think in your life things are falling apart, they are falling in proper place. Understand? Nothing is falling apart. They are all falling in place. Once you are initiated, you are integrated to Guru, Linga, Sangha. I tell you, nothing falls apart. You may, even if you think things are falling apart in your life, they all fall in place. Understand that. Nothing falls apart. Everything happening is auspicious. Everything is falling in place for the higher purpose. I tell you. Once you sit with that clarity, you are Shiva. If you are able to come to that clarity in your life, you are master of your life. You are Ishvara. I tell you, whoever is constantly in firefighting mode internally lives as Jiva. Whoever lives in ferocious mode internally lives as Shiva. So be very clear. If you are suddenly having lottery, wealth is getting manifested. If you are losing some money, the destruction of wealth is happening. But that does not mean you are a loser or something is wrong with you. You are Paramashiva. Things are not falling apart. Things are falling in place. Sometimes some wealth loss awakens strong, active, workaholic energy in you, which is, you might have lost few $1,000s, but the energy gets triggered in you. Maybe worth of millions of dollars. I have seen this happening. So nothing is wrong, inauspicious. Anybody who soaks into this powerful cognition, whatever is happening is auspicious. First of all, that powerful cognition fellow, you will not have violence inside. And you will not be doing anything wrong. You will be living as Paramashiva. When somebody tries to attack you, they only create karma. It's not that you have some karma, because of that they are coming here. No, they create karma for themselves. You live in a pure Paramashiva space. I tell you, when you are integrated to your Guru, the powerful cognitions they manifest, it may be very simple word, but it will just open your Kundalini and make it into reality. Now, I am telling you about the most powerful sacred secret of death. 5 into 5 means creation, sustenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion, liberation. This 5 into 5, these 25 principles is happening now in you. Take this as powerful cognition. And everything happening inside you, outside you is auspiciousness. This powerful cognition will make you intelligent, strategic, brilliant, powerful. It will not make you lazy, tired, bored, powerless. No, understand that. It will bring so much healing and energy, especially when you are my disciple. When you are initiated by me, integrated to me, understand. It just manifests in you like initiation. If you are initiated and you have not abused me and you are not interested in abusing me, if you are clear about that, that's all. You are integrated to me. You are my disciple. Understand. If you are my initiated disciple and integrated to me, listen very carefully. This word may look very simple, but meditate on it. It will just open Paramashiva in you. Everything is auspicious. Whatever you think, good, bad, right, wrong, everything is just these 25 activities happening. Some thoughts getting manifested, some thoughts getting sustained, some thoughts getting destructed. Something's coming in your life as manifesting, something's getting maintained, something's getting destructed, something's getting pulled out of delusion, something's getting liberated. Understand this. This 25 will go on in you forever. You can be in firefighting mode as a Jiva, means deluded individual. Or you can be in ferocious mood as Paramashiva, Hinduividual. Be Paramashiva with the clarity, everything happening is auspiciousness. Be Hinduividual, not individual. He manifesting through individual is individual. Understand? He manifesting through individual is individual. Understand? I tell you, with my tremendous love, just meditate, internalize this powerful cognition. Everything happening is auspicious and Paramashiva is within me doing all these 25. Your body, physical body, carries the consciousness. I use new word called Divya Sarira. Consciousness wearing this body is Divya Sarira. The consciousness getting more and more empowered. When the consciousness gets empowered, you don't feel suffocated by physical body and its limitations. Listen carefully. Understand, sometime you may say, oh Swamiji, the universe does not make sense to me. It does not need to make sense to you. It is not obligated to make sense to you. You are obligated to make sense to Paramashiva. Understand, you deciding to make yourself sensible to Paramashiva is surrender to Paramashiva. I decided I will make myself sensible to Paramashiva. I will not bother whether Paramashiva makes sense to me or not. That is surrender. Paramashiva is no way bound to make sense to me. Universe is not obligated to make sense to me. I am only obligated to make sense to universe. I am obligated to make sense to Paramashiva. My behavior, my lifestyle, my thought currents, me, I am supposed to make myself sensible to Paramashiva. Paramashiva is no way obligated to make himself sensible to me. When I decided this, Paramashiva started manifesting in me. Make this decision on this auspicious Deepavali day. Understand? This is I am revealing the most internal, deepest sacred secret. Decide. Life, Paramashiva, universe, Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. The Jiva means the individual existence, soul, Atma of me. Ishvara means the cosmic soul. Jagat is cosmos. These three put together is Paramashiva. All this is not at all obligated to make sense to me. I am only obligated to make sense to Paramashiva. That is surrender. When I decided that, suddenly I saw everything started making sense to me and he started manifesting through me. I became insider. Understand? As long as you think world, universe should make sense to you, you will be an outsider. When you decide, universe is no way, Paramashiva is no way obligated to make sense to you. You are only obligated to make sense to Paramashiva. You become insider. Paramashiva starts revealing all the truths to you and he makes so much sense to you. Understand? When Paramashiva starts making sense to you, you feel just with life. Wow, life is dharmic. Nothing is negative in the universe. Everything is auspicious.
Shiva means in Sanskrit, costless auspiciousness. And you'll be surprised to know some more details. In Sanskrit, the word for destruction, literally if you translate, it is not destruction. The word means samhara. That is the word we use. That word means rejuvenation, creating place for new things happening. Wrongly we translate the word samhara as a destruction. The exact Sanskrit word means creating new space for new things to happen. Rejuvenation. Even destruction can be looked from different dimension. Rejuvenating or creating new space for better things to happen. Even the disease which happens to your body just creates a new space so that you can start having new body. You can get ready to live a new life. You can just restart the whole thing. See, actually, restarting the whole thing can heal many of your wounds. There are some wounds which can't be healed just by going to sleep and coming back. There are some wounds which can be healed by falling asleep and coming back. You will forget. There are some wounds which can't be healed by falling asleep and coming back. At that point only you decide, let me restart the whole thing. Let me just refresh. Then you allow the body to have some disease so that the rejuvenation process can start. You can drop this body and take a new body and start new life. the new way of thinking, new way of living, new way of expressing. Every moment when you move from one moment to next moment, you are expanding, you are growing, you are learning. If you look from this angle, even your death is auspicious, because you are going to next step, you are going to further. Only if you are not clear about the next step, you will feel the fear of death. It is not even fear of death, it is fear of unknown. Fear of unknown. Present moment is the possibility of rejuvenation. If you are in the present moment, you will experience overflowing energy in the body. You will feel whatever is happening is auspicious. If you are caught with Brahma or Vishnu, you will not feel whatever is happening is auspicious. If you are caught in Shiva, if you are centered in the center, present moment, where future is disappearing into present and becoming past. If you are in the present moment, in this moment, you will become like Shiva, who is rejuvenator, who is constantly creating space for new things to happen. You will be fearless. The moment you are fearless about the things happening, you will feel everything happening around you is causeless auspiciousness. As long as you are caught in future, you will feel insecure, fear. If you are caught in the past, you will feel things are inauspicious. Life is dull, dead. If you are in the present, one more thing, if you are in the present, you will see very clearly the future which is coming inside you and becoming past leaves so much energy in you. Every moment you are just overflowing with energy. If you are caught by future, you are in fantasies, means castles in the air, no energy. If you are caught in the past, you are just a stone, a rock which can't be moved, dead, no energy. If you are caught in the future, air. If you are caught in the past, dead rock. If you are caught in the present, if you are centered in the present, you will be a flowing river, water. You will be just a flowing river. You will be just a flowing energy. Whoever is in the present moment, just swallowing the future and making it as a past consciously, will be overflowing, bubbling with energy. The Mahadeva, Shiva, who represents the rejuvenation process, are creating space for new things to happen. He is causeless auspiciousness.
Scientists say that human species has evolved with two-stranded DNA found in every cell, determining the form. One part determines the form, the other determines the potential diseases and spiritual gifts. And another research says DNA contains blueprint for one's life's purpose and divine personality. Scientists are very clear about what we think is not our original blueprint. Means the one part only we are able to study, the two parts of the DNA, we are able to study still now only one part. And scientists are really feeling that is not really our blueprint. The unrevealed DNA, the part still which they are not able to discover or make it clear, logically understand, is called, they are naming it as a junk DNA. I can say the part which is discovered is junk DNA. The part which is not discovered, still yet to be realized, maybe I can use the word even the words like a biomemory, all these are too small words. They are using the word junk DNA or shadow DNA that contains information about who you really are on a level of spiritual beingness. I can say that part is what I can give the name Jivatma. The part which they are calling as junk DNA or shadow DNA, I'll give the name as Jivatma, of course. You can give the name individual self DNA. Individual self DNA. because the junk word is too small, even the shadow word is too small. The healing modalities clear karmic blockages and stimulate these dormant portions of the DNA. So these are the discoveries. Whatever now I said are from various scientific researches, the discoveries and conclusions from various scientists. Now I'll try to explain exactly what I experience in these lines. Scientists are absolutely right when they say there's two parts in DNA. Only one part they are able to study, which is responsible for form and diseases. There's another part which is responsible for spiritual gifts. I tell you, the other part which is responsible for spiritual gifts only carries this extrasensory power, all the siddhis. Understand? This part which already science has understood, this part carries the ordinary samskaras and biomemories. See, this carries the microcosmic samskaras, whatever you got in this body, those samskaras. From the body of fish to this body. In Indian tradition, Vedic tradition, we claim fish is the first individual which has a capacity to collect samskara. Of course, even before fish, we can collect samskara, but it is untransmittable. That is why Matsyavatara is first avatara. Please understand. As fish, any engram you collect only can be transmittable. Till then, it is so subtle, negligible. It cannot be transmittable. That is why the Vedic tradition we call first incarnation is Matsyavatara. Then the avataras, then the incarnations expand and grow. Actually, you need to understand. Everybody is an incarnation who knows they are incarnations. That's all. See, incarnation means what exactly? Taking birth again and again. If you know you took birth again and again, that will lead you to enlightenment and your incarnation. That's all. Nothing else. If you know you took birth again and again and again, and it's a reality, you will just realize, oh God, hey, I'm doing the same thing. That's enlightenment. Then you are incarnation. Understand, when I say, in 2000 I realized I'm an incarnation, that is what I mean. It's not that before 2000 I was not incarnation. Only in 2000 I realized I'm an incarnation. You understand what I'm saying? See, when you realize you took birth again and again and again, that suddenly makes you an incarnation. That just makes you an incarnation. So, even now all of you are incarnations. Now if you realize that truth, you are an incarnation, you can write a biography, autobiography of an avatar. With that understanding, when you look your whole life back, you understand the whole thing was very synchronized way, very synergetic way, was planned for the speak hit. For the speak hit only, everything was very synergetically planned, in a synchronized way. Now you will not understand that. You will see, oh, it's a big chaos. No, it is not. It's not. No chaos is a big chaos. You thinking that everything is chaos is the biggest chaos. Nothing else. You thinking everything is everything is chaos is the biggest chaos. Nothing else is chaos. It's a very revolutionary idea, which I heard from Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, saint who lived in Arunachala. Many of you have heard about him, and very revolutionary thought, very revolutionary process. When somebody goes to him for liberation and all that, it's a little unconventional, untraditional. He always used to keep a rope, bunch of rope. I have seen. And he will completely tie them. He will tie their leg, he will tie their hands, and he will make them sit. Sometime even 24 hours he will make them sit. And those poor fellows have to be sitting. And naturally, 5-6 hours the dedication will be there. Say, 5-6 hours, oh, this Swami is making me. The dedication will be there. And you will sit with passions. But after 10 hours, naturally the passions will wither away. Completely the passions will wither away. You can't, you see, just imagine, 10 hours your hands and legs are tied and made to sit, and you don't know when he is going to release you. See, if you know in one day he is going to release you, you will not have a problem. You don't know when he is going to release you. So first 5-6 hours, the dedication will be up. That part will be up. Everything is okay. But after 10 hours, what will happen? That is when the suffocation will start. And especially physical tying up is such a survival thing. Nobody can tolerate more than maximum 10 hours. 10 hours is the maximum. You can't tolerate more than that. That's a maximum. Especially people who come to him for enlightenment, all these things, civilized people. They are not traditional trained criminals who are habituated for prison or handcuff and all that. All civilized, cultured people. So 10 hours will be too much. Then there, that microcosmic biomemory, see the dedication which they carry in microcosmic biomemory will be exhausted. Let me give you the example of this microcosmic biomemory, macrocosmic biomemory. From the fish body till now, whatever you collected is microcosmic biomemory. That part only the scientists are able to analyze and understand as a known DNA. Let us call that as a known DNA. And the other part, which I call Jivatma DNA. the individual self DNA, that part is a macrocosmic biomemory. Please understand. Macrocosmic biomemory means whatever has happened in the cosmos, whatever has happened in your body. When I say your body means not only just the 6 feet. Whatever ingredient added to make the 6 feet means when you are first time fish and the fight which you had with your spouse fish, that memory will be there. From whatever you collected from the fish body, it will pass to the next body. From that body to this body, whatever was collected and transmitted is what I am calling microcosmic biomemory. And whatever has happened in cosmos is macrocosmic biomemory. A certain dedication or love will happen in microcosmic biomemory. With that only you recognize my microcosmic biomemory. See, in my microcosmic biomemory, something extraordinary expresses. So your microcosmic biomemory's dedication recognizes that. And after some time, the 10 hours passes. The 10 hour will be over. This Ramswarkma's 10 hour. If you see his photograph, he will always be having a thick coconut fiber, rope, Kai rope. He will be having it. So he will tie the people with that only. He will tie their hand and leg very tightly. They can't move. And after that, he will put the hands on the leg and tie it. And those fellows have to be sitting. In 10 hours, that microcosmic biomemory dedication will go away. That devotion will go away. That will be exhausted. After that, when the suffocation starts only, he will just sit and wait. He will watch how they are irritated. And by 10 hours, they will start telling him, no, leave us, it's okay, wait. And then he will ask, so this is your dedication for enlightenment. He will make them very clearly understand that their microcosmic biomemory strength is only this much. Only this much spiritual experience can be acquired by them. See, it's like your microcosmic biomemory's dedication gets attached to my microcosmic biomemory's expression. Now I want to define God. Whatever you don't have is God. All that you don't have put together is God. That is why you are attracted to God. So whatever your microcosmic biomemory does not have, my microcosmic biomemory has it. That is why that attraction. But the funny thing is, your microcosmic biomemory's attraction, how much dedication it has, that much only I can pour. I can't pour more than that. But your greed demands more pouring. More pouring is demanded. So within the 10 hours, he will make them understand that this much only can be poured, understand. And there are few people, very intelligent, I have seen at least 2 cases who just withstood more than 10 hours also. When they lie down, I have really seen completely, not just their brain, pulse rate will become 0. I have seen at least 2% whose pulse rate has become 0. He'll make them, he did both persons separately, not at a time, separately. I have seen he made that person lie down on that Samadhi tomb of Tirunnamalai. In Tirunnamalai, there's a burial ground where he used to live regularly. He made that person lie down on the tomb. After that, removing the rope, I have seen that person becoming 0, that pulse rate becoming 0. It's like a step-by-step process, that biomemory. He will agitate it, then exhaust it, the dedication, the biomemory will go away. And the funny thing is, he knows exactly where the person is caught. He will not use this process for everybody. He knows exactly where the person is caught. And somehow he will agitate exactly that samskara by talking. By talking, he will exactly awaken that samskara. One fellow gave the promise to him, I saw in this too. It's a very beautiful process. Promise to him that I will not move till you leave me. I won't bother. So he sat and really sat whole day and did not get agitated. Then he had a dog. He threw the dog and he sent word to the Narayana Swami, another one mantric saint about whom I have spoken in my biography. He sent word for that guy. That guy came and both of them are smokers. That guy is a specialist in having a mirror and he will apply some kind of a anjanam, that black eyeliner on the mirror, and whatever he wants he will show it like a TV. So this Raghupati Yogi was making this fellow sit. He is sitting, this guy is just sitting. One day passed, but this fellow is not agitated. This Raghupati Yogi sent word for that Narayana Swami. That Narayana Swami came, and this Raghupati Yogi said in a very, Yogi Ramswarkma, he said in a very casual way, hey, show him what is happening in his house with his wife. That guy showed that lady was having some affair with somebody. This fellow's only attachment was with the wife. So the fellow showed it, the TV showed very clearly that wife was having affair with somebody. So immediately that engram got agitated, that agitation happened, got awakened. And this fellow immediately wanted to go to the house. He's telling, leave my rope, leave everything, I wanted to go there. And somehow this Raghupati Yogi was able to, Ramswarkmar was able to slowly talk to him. Now tell me, You gave the promise that you will work till the end. Now I only brought and awakened this agitation. Now even if you go, what are you going to do? What can be done? Nothing can be done. So understand, this is the biomemory in which you are stuck. Why the microcosm? See, when this microcosmic biomemory and macrocosmic biomemory meets, that area will be very thick. That microcosmic biomemory's last layer will be very thick. It's like a coconut. When you grind the coconut, finally the shell will be very thick. The white part will be very soft. That will all come away. That's what is dedication part. The coconut part is the engram. When there you start digging, it will create sound. That layer, his layer, that layer for him was his deep attachment to the wife. You see, in Anandagandha Chakra, it will lead only to that macrocosmic experience when you close your eyes and sit. But in the life itself, see, it's like what is Anandagandha Chakra? I mean, the coconut shell is there. That all the coconut fiber, coconut part, fruit part, that is taken away by the, that's what is microcosmic biomemory. Only if one hole I make in that shell, and macrocosmic biomemory gushes through that one hole, it is called Anandagandha Chakra. If the whole shell is broken, it is called Jivan Mukti. So if you are living with me, I will break a whole shell, put you in Sahaja Samadhi. Because I am a macrocosmic biomemory, I grind you both sides. See, my form, microcosmic biomemory of me, is only grinding the fruit side, the white side. And my macrocosmic biomemory, me present everywhere, that will be grinding you from the shell side. Both will be grinding. This macrocosmic biomemory obeys prayer. If you feel the grinding is too much, pray. Immediately macrocosmic biomemory will stop it. Or if you say, no, I want this to go on. Let it be done. Let me be done with it. Then it will go on. Please understand, this microcosmic biomemory, which is responding to you, is that is only cleaning the fruit side, the white side. It will be drilling, dying. And dying, that how much that fruit thickness, that much only is the dedication. When all the dedication is exhausted, when that engram crushing is happening, that's where that sound will come. That sound is coming means that engram crushing is happening. Engram crushing is happening. See, when that sound comes, this microcosmic biomemory will not move further. It cannot move further. See, when the microcosmic biomemory exhausts, the layer which need to be opened is that second layer DNA, what I call as Jivatman portion of DNA, the self DNA. Understand? The self DNA. Why I call that as a Jivatman? Because still it is connected to microcosmic biomemory. When the microcosmic biomemory is completely exhausted, then this unknown DNA, what they call junk DNA, shadow DNA, that part can be called as the Parabrahman or the God, the macrocosmic biomemory or Paramatma. It doesn't. You don't need to call that as Jivatma. As and now, microcosmic biomemory in you is known DNA. Macrocosmic biomemory in you is Jivatman. In me, the microcosmic biomemory is Jivatman and macrocosmic biomemory is Paramatman. There is no known DNA in me. That is why I defy all the known DNA rules and philosophies. When microcosmic biomemory and macrocosmic biomemory is drilling the coconut. But one important thing, everybody behaves very intelligently till their coconut is drilled. That is the most unfortunate thing. See, let other coconuts get drilled. These guys will have so much of consolation, love, promise, words, inspiration, lifting, elevating. When their coconut gets drilled only, What about you guys? Even for me, this has happened. When my coconut was getting drilled in 1999, before 2000, even I had to go through such a thing. See, when you do the weightlifting, how the nerves are seen by green, like that when I went through the drilling, all my nerves were seen as red. That kind of a drilling. Whenever you are able to see the nerves in the red, just fine, understand, the drilling is going on. Drilling is going on. That's what has happened in me. It will not be seen in the green or other color. It will be very deep red. Heavy pain. Heavy pain. Physically, these are the symptoms. to find out whether drilling is going on. Choosing to choose, deciding to decide. It's almost like when you are standing in the waves, the sand under your feet will be washed away, taken away. If you decide to push, you can stand. If you just slip one step, what will happen? You will just go with the wave. Now I'll become busy with somebody else and something else. The second layer DNA, the Jivatman DNA, if that is awakened in you, you become a new being, new human being. The whole purpose is to awaken that second layer, Jivatman DNA in you guys. That's all, nothing else. It means you have to completely annihilate whatever you are holding. Like the Narada, when he was caught in the flood. In Yamuna, I told you Narada story, who got caught in illusion. That wife went away. The child is slipping out of the hand. And luggage, the wealth, little wealth, is leaving the hand. So that is the time when the first level biomemory gets exhausted. Narada has to drop that. No other way, let go. Then Krishna says, hey Narada, yeah, God, the second level biomemory is awakened. Then the Jivatma biomemory is awakened. Complete annihilation. There is no shortcut for in the spiritual line, understand? If you put yourself into the belt, conveyor belt, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. You can only pray and tell the power system, hey, stop the belt. I don't want to move further. Let the belt be stopped. Prayer will always have the answer. Either you should know, is this lubrication? Lubrication means love. Is this enough for me to go through this drilling, this process? Let me pass. If you feel no, it is too much, then tell, pray, stop the belt. That's all. There's no shortcut. There's no technique or shortcut. Technique and shortcuts can give you one drilling, like a one hole in the shell, Anandagandha, but not complete annihilation. All the concept you have, all the idea you have, all the relationship you have, all the holdings you have, everything has to be annihilated, no other way. Unfortunately, sometimes you can't even say, no, I don't want enlightenment, I don't want. You just stop this process. Maybe if you say that you can stop the process to the macrocosm, then it stops. I've seen. It stops and puts more lubrication. A lot of love and more lubrication and pacifies. But again, when you feel comfortable, everything is okay, again that belt starts moving towards the drilling machine. But that is what everybody wants. That is what all the jivas want. It's a tremendous love with which the cosmos does the whole drama game. All right. So let the Jivatman DNA be awakened in you. The self DNA be awakened in you. That is what is repository of all the siddhis, all the great siddhis, powers. See, in the microcosmic biomemory, the powers which has microcosmic biomemory is that moving your hand and eating, chewing, swallowing, lungs, heart, all these things are microcosmic biomemories powers, which goes on without even your knowledge. Same way, in macrocosmic biomemory, the Jivatman DNA, there are only all the extraordinary powers like a flying, levitating, all those things are there. Mahima, Lahima, Karima, Anima, Ishitvam, Vashitvam, Prapti, all those siddhis, they are there in macrocosmic biomemory. But that will be awakened only if the microcosmic biomemory is annihilated. Awakening the Jivatman DNA is the essence. So the essence of my today's message is two parts of DNA you have. One is known by the science, which is responsible for your form, disease and all that. The unknown, the second one is unknown, which scientists call as junk DNA or shadow DNA, which I call as Jivatman DNA, self DNA. Awaken that self DNA, because that has all extraordinary powers. Life will become extraordinary joy when that is awakened. And the known DNA will dry. Those biomemories has to be dried. No other way. It cannot give you the life. That is not your blueprint. That is not your blueprint. You need to know that. As long as you catch that as a blueprint, life will be struggle. It will be struggle. So catch the macrocosmic DNA. Allow that to open up. Life DNA. Allow the Jivatman DNA, self DNA to open up. That will lead you to the ultimate. I bless you all with my deep love. Let you all experience the lubrication, love energy.
There's another one, truth from some of the websites which does research in this DNA line. Quotesofascension.com. Our DNA is unique to each of us. The imprint of our higher self is held in our DNA. We carry our lineage from other planets and other areas of universe in our DNA. The imprint of our earthly ancestral lineage is also held within our DNA. This is what we call in Vedic tradition the Gotra. Which Rishi's Gotra you belong to, we say. The Gotra is your code of other living spaces, components of other living spaces which is in you. That code is the Gotra. If you say Bharadwaja Gotra, the energy and experience and the DNA Bharadwaja represents is there in your body. And you can access to those energies very easily. If you take up the mantras and spiritual practices delivered by Bharadwaja, immediately you can decode your DNA and Akashic records can open. So the Gotra you belong to is the keyword, password for the huge information available to you in the form of Akashic records. The Akashic records it's like a password being handed over to you. All the informations are there and this is the password, please see it, that's all. The Akashic records are like DNA of the universe. Each soul has its own Akashic records. And there are collective records of all souls of all journeys. That's what I call. All souls of all journeys is what I call Hiranyagarbha. So now, I'll add some of my insights. First thing, understand. All the information you collected through all your births is available in your DNA. Second, you can access some of them just to understand and not to waste the time doing the same actions again and again, thinking you have a joy end of this action. Sixth again, if you have done certain action and you did not receive the joy which you wanted, and if you forget that you did that action and did not have the joy, you will be trying it again and again in various ways. But if you remember, you did this action, did not have the joy, you will not try it again. By training your mind, you can transform your DNA. Today I want to introduce a few truths about this epigenetics. As browsing through some of the articles about this epigenetics. This is Dr. Hassan Church. He's written a book called Genie in Our Genes. He's done a great service to Vedic tradition by proving many of the Vedic truths scientifically. Anybody digs in any field with the one goal of Satya, truth, they land on Vedic tradition. In any field it can be. See, without having the vested interests of the marketing companies, marketing industry. In any field, anybody does research with Satya. Satya as the goal, truth as the goal. Simply they land on Vedic tradition. He very clearly proves the quality of your consciousness directly transforms the way in which you exist physiologically, or your physiological existence is directly affected by the quality of your consciousness. The quality of your consciousness and the physiological existence are so closely connected. The epigenetics, they have done so much of research on this field, on this epigenome. Epigenome is a protein particle responsible for your genes and all the happenings based on genes. Please understand, we are always taught genes are responsible for our diseases. No, it's not true. Even your DNA is not responsible.
The quality of your consciousness is responsible. The quality of consciousness can directly change DNA. Awesome Church very beautifully proves even the persistent diseases handed over to you by the previous generations, like cancer, sugar, blood pressure, heart diseases, even they can be just altered, changed, transformed by the quality of your consciousness. Another research proves only 35% of your DNA is responsible, only 35%, for what you are, who you are, how you are, and all the major factors like your longevity, disease, health, and everything. Only 35%. The science of epigenetics and the epigenome opens a new door to the great truths declared by Patanjali and Swatmarama. Patanjali in Raja Yoga Sutras and Swatmarama in Hatha Yoga Sutras. Shiva Sutras says very clearly, the man who is in perfect health, just by his nisangalpa, means the intentionless consciousness, can transmit that to a human being or any being. That is what is exactly the science of healing. I have so many research references here today to share with you all. One is the Dawson Church research and the truth about epigenome. I can see very clearly when I see these researches, exactly the experience which is happening in me, in others when I do the healing, is scientifically recorded and proved. Usually I see how the healing happens in people. You can see very clearly when I put the hand on the person, the epigenome structure starts changing, which is responsible for the whole building. Please understand, DNA is not responsible for the building. DNA is like a brick. Out of brick we build buildings, but brick itself is not responsible for the plan. If there's a defective brick, there will be defective building. But brick does not carry the blueprint of the building. The epigenome is responsible for the blueprint of the building. I could see very clearly. The epigenome transforms itself and DNA just alters as per the transformation of the epigenome. And clearly, the body just remembers the health. Please understand, health is your nature. You don't need to create it. You just need to remember it. The remembrance immediately awakens and health is back. That is why even the doctors were surprised and shocked when they see the persistent diseases like cancer, blood pressure, all those things get healed. Especially these long-term drug therapies are no more needed and people just walk out of diseases. The quality of your consciousness, the quality of consciousness in which you are living is directly responsible. It can just alter, transform any disease, including diseases like cancer, arthritis, handed over to you through generations. If you go to the internet, tons and tons of research is done in this field. How the spiritual healing directly works. Not only during spiritual healing, even during initiations, and when people come and sit near me in my breathing space, I can see very clearly their epigenome starts getting awakened, restructures itself, realigns itself. There is another research I was reading. In a vacuum tube, if there are some electrons lying random, if a human DNA is introduced, immediately they all come to a clear, organized shape. They all just stand up. It's like when master enters, how you automatically stand up. They all just organize themselves. Even after the DNA, human DNA was removed, they all stay back in the same shape. Same way, I can see very clearly when people sit in my breathing space, especially during Pada Puja, the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, I can see very clearly their body just recupes and transforms. I used to wonder how to express this clearly in scientific terms. Hassan Church has done that job. Very beautifully, very scientifically, he has explained. The science of epigenome and epigenetics is the revelation. It's a science which proves now the declarations of Patanjali and Swatmarama and all great Vedic rishis, and my own experience. The quality of your consciousness. The quality of your consciousness decides diseases, longevity, quality of life, pain, depression, everything. Even the persistent diseases like cancer, blood pressure, heart diseases, sugar, everything. So I tell you, wake up and raise your consciousness. Not only to transform your DNA, to transform the whole world. See, when you transform your DNA, it is not just the great service done to you alone. It will be the greatest service you are doing to the world, whole world. Because when your DNA is transformed, you see, when your consciousness is brought to a certain level, whoever you touch will be impacted by your consciousness, and their epigenome also will be re-altered. And their DNA will be transformed, and they get back to their health. This is the science of Kailasa initiation. That's what I am doing. Not only I transformed my epigenome and transformed my DNA structure and brought the highest possible conscious expression in this body and mind. Whoever is touched, if they also can raise their consciousness, of course, when I touch, the physical and mental healing happens. And if they also put a little bit of their effort and take up the responsibility to receive it completely, then a complete epigenome transformation, DNA transformation happens in them, and they also start experiencing the higher and higher possibilities of the consciousness in their body mind. So naturally, when they touch somebody else, their epigenome gets awakened, the DNA gets transformed, the health starts happening in that person. This is what the ripple wave effect. Let's popularize these great researches on this epigenetics and the epigenome, the ideas about the epigenome. Epigenome can be changed through conscious choices regardless of what we have been handed over through generations. Add more and more joy, laughter, love, life, dance, bliss, restful awareness to the humanity. Let us create intense conscious cyclones, super conscious tsunamis. All over the world. Save the humanity, human consciousness, and human health. All you guys decide two things strongly. One, from now you will live in the highest possible consciousness continuously. Second, even if you leave the body, you will get back to serve the world in this highest consciousness. We need more and more people in human body to remove the inhumanity from humanity. We need more and more people in human body to remove inhumanity in humanity. It's time. We really need. Actually, when I go through the scientific researches, even I realize more and more the urgency with which we need to create young communities. Urgency with which we need to create the end civilization. Urgency with which we need to radiate enlightenment. So let the urge become the urgent.
Dachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Om Purnamada. That Swamiji revealed today about the whole that Swamiji revealed super consciousness in us. Swamiji has given end to end thoroughly, so beautifully for all of us to understand and experience. And hope all of you had a wonderful learning with what Swamiji revealed. But remember, one of the most important truths that Swamiji revealed today about the whole time matrix. And this brings us all to the conclusion of our day today. We welcome every one of you to join with us tomorrow. And this brings us all to the conclusion of our day today. Please invite your friends, family members for tomorrow as well. And let us conclude our day with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all.
Julian Artupe, 15 seconds to explain Xenium. Impressive.